Okay, so Lais Scort. This is a Skip the Line reaction by Lais Scort. The song is called I Am a Mess. And as you know, we've been covering quite a bit of her work. It's all in my playlist on my channel. You can go take a look if you want to see anything else. The link is always in the description. You can click on that and you can go and support her. So, Skip the Line, thank you very much for the Skip the Line request. Thank you for the support. Lais Scort, I'm a Mess. Let's rock and roll. Let's get straight into it.
With your help, I felt that I could be all I wanted. I was enough in myself and thought I had healed. But you took me off my guard, brought new wings to my heart. Forget that I couldn't walk. Ooh.
Actually, speaking on that about the make me forget that I couldn't walk, I actually saw a short of yours that popped up on my feed that you had a diving accident. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had a diving accident. I did know that you had that. Well, I assumed, I could ascertain that you had some sort of accident, given that you're in a wheelchair and things like that. And I must be honest, take my hat off to someone like you that can go through something like that. That just goes to show the kind of strength you have to bounce back from that. Because that, for most people, would completely just deplete their hopes, deplete everything, and they would just, they would wallow in sorrow. And you actually took that, you took a negative circumstance and turned it into a positive circumstance and went out there to push positivity out into the world. Gotta take my hat off to you. You're absolutely incredible. So, I had to just say that. For those of you who don't know, Lais Scort had a diving accident that rendered her, I think it was just paraplegic. It wasn't quite paraplegic, yeah. And that never stopped her, which is something that I think a lot of people can learn. That doesn't matter what it is, man. What's your excuse? Come on, keep it going.
I don't know why I could see from the start, but now I don't know. Now I don't know. Afraid to lose what I got. I'm a mess. I'm okay. I have learned to depend only on myself anyway. I'm a mess.
I like that instrumentation change. I like that you went for the rocky kind of electric guitar over there. You've kind of you've uplifted that track in the choruses, which I think is in the chorus. That's very cool.
To depend only on myself anyway. I'm a mess. I'm afraid if I share all of me, you might end up going far away. I'm a mess.
You must never be afraid of that. I'm afraid if I share all of me that you might end up going away. For anybody who doesn't accept somebody, if someone doesn't accept all of you, then it's okay that that person goes away. I mean, you don't need somebody that doesn't accept all of you, or only accepts part of you. You come as a whole. Take the good with the bad. Very interesting thing that I actually read yesterday by Jordan Peterson, where he said that if you judge your marriage or if you judge your relationship only on the happy times, what happens in the struggle? Like, what happens when you go through the bad times? What then? If that's all you judge your relationship on, if you judge how your relationship with people based only on the happy times, what happens when the hard times? What, you just fall apart and move away? How are you ever going to have a relationship that works in that way? Right? You need to judge your relationship on the hard times. You judge your relationship on how you can fuse together as a couple in the worst of times. Because if you can do that, then the happy times are an absolute breeze. And anything is an absolute breeze. Right? So that's a very important thing.
I end up going far away. I'm a mess. It's okay.
I like that you said unconditional love is when you love all of yourself. And I think that used to mean something different back in the day, where it's like unconditional love is like, when you don't have love of yourself, you put yourself down all of the time and things like that. I know exactly where you're coming from. I know what you mean by, loving all of yourself unconditionally. And that is something you absolutely have to do, right? If you don't love yourself, how are you ever going to love anybody else? But for someone like you, that makes sense. For people like you, who are like cognitively there, that makes sense. But in the world of today, with the younger generation and the, sort of narcissistic, nihilistic generation that we live in today, I kind of feel that too many people love themselves too much. Like, do you know what I mean? So I wish we could go back to a time where it's like loving yourself is like saying that, it's still, that comes with humbleness, right? It's not, unfortunately, life is just that's the way life is, right? You're not born humble, you are humbled, right? That's how life is. And I just wish that more of society was humbled in that way, where they could love themselves unconditionally, but in a humble way. I think today, too many people love themselves a little too much to the narcissistic degree, essentially. But I know where you're coming from.
Used to be strong, used to be numb.
I like that. So I know I'm pausing, I apologize, but I like that line over there, used to be strong, used to be numb, because you tend to think to yourself, why would you put like a positive with a negative, right? So strength is a positive thing, and then being numb is quite negative. Like, nobody wants to feel numb, right? But actually, if you actually have to look at it specifically, in those hard times, strength can actually sometimes be something that drags you down. Being too strong, right, can make you numb to the world, essentially. So I see how you're playing that over there. So I just wanted to just sort of break that down, because used to be strong it's a good thing to be strong. It's a good thing to have a thick skin and toughen up. But unfortunately, with that, the flip side of that is that you do become numb, and you do start putting up walls, and you do start holding people at arm's length, so that, your strength means that other people can never ever hurt you again, which means that if they've got no gap for hurt, if they've got no gap to hurt you, they've got no gap to love you either, right? So numbness and strength sometimes are not a good combination. I like that.
I push love away to not become someone else. If I need too much, I might feel really unwell. Become Asian and mumble my words. Nonsense verses make it worse.
I like that.
I'm a mess. Make mistakes.
I love this part. Love this part.
When I cry, I'll still smiling. I guess it makes it okay. I'm a mess. I'm afraid if
I think that's absolutely okay. When I cry, I'm still smiling, and that makes it okay. I don't see why it's not okay. It's okay to smile when you laugh. It's okay to cry when you laugh. It's okay to, that everyone has their own coping mechanisms at the end of the day. And some people will be, this is such a hectic situation for me that I might as well laugh about it. I might as well smile about it. What else am I going to do? You know what I mean? How does this change if I'm not positive about it either way?
I shed too much, I might end up going astray again. I'm a mess. It's okay. I am learning to stop judging and get out of my way. Unconditional love comes when you can love all yourself. I don't know why I couldn't see it from the start.
I love the
look
instrumentation
so
in this.
sure, but I'm not anymore. I miss myself. I miss my old life. something better coming when you stop. Be a mess.
I love, again, that's that positivity over there. It's like, yes, I'm not going to lie to you. I do miss my old life. I do miss the times where, you know, I wasn't held back by my disability. But then you still go out there. For someone to actually still have that introspection or that outwards awareness to say, well, there's still something coming. There's something coming that's even better. Why? Because I learned something in this, right? I didn't just fall apart. I actually managed to unlock something even greater in myself. If this had never happened to me, I would have never known that that side of me even existed. So there's something even better coming, because through all of this tragedy, I was able to unlock something that is undeniably more powerful than my previous life. Not to say that I don't miss it. Not to say that there aren't those moments and those times where you wish you could go back, right? But always staying on that positive note all the time. There's something better. I'm going to make something better of my life. And the moment you have that positivity, nothing can hold you back. It doesn't actually matter. The moment you set, it's all just a mindset. It's how you model your mindset. The moment you've got that, the moment your mindset is focused purely on the positivity, purely on moving forward, regardless, nothing can stop you. No disability, nothing physical, nothing spiritual, nothing supernatural, nothing can stop you, right? You forge ahead because you want to forge ahead. It's the most powerful force in the world. Let's go.
Make mistakes. You don't have to depend only on yourself to be safe. Be a mess.
I like that.
Openness will take you much further than hiding in your darker place.
Love that.
It's a mess.
I was hoping that the song was going to actually get to that point where it was like, first you're only dependent on yourself, but now it's like you've now aware that it's okay to open up to other people, right? Or else you're always in that dark space. Because if you don't open up to other people, how are you going to get that love? When you do get hurt and when you go through tragedy, you tend to lock yourself off because you're too scared that other people are going to hurt you. But when you block yourself off, sure, you might not get the pain from other people, but you also won't get the love from other people. So you have to open yourself up. So what actually needs to happen is you need to make yourself stronger. You can't shelter yourself and shield yourself and put yourself in a dark place because you're too scared to deal with the real world. The real world will always be out there. You're never ever going to change reality, right? But the only way to handle yourself in the real world is open yourself up and grow a thicker skin that if you do get hurt, you're able to handle that. Like I said, one of my favorite sayings ever is that you need to be a warrior in a garden as opposed to a gardener in a war. Because if you're a warrior in the garden and you never have to go to war, you can handle life. You can handle anything that is thrown at you. But if there is ever a war, well, then you're ready, right? It's never going to take you down.
It's okay. There is nothing wrong with you. You love them each every way. Unconditional love comes when you can love all yourself.
I like that. That's very cool. I love the instrumentation in this, by the way, and I love the messaging is typically it's typically your style of messaging, which I really love, very much down my alley. And I like the fact that you called like I'm a mess, right? It's okay to be a mess. It's okay to not really know what you are at the moment and what's happening at the moment. You're trying to sort of figuring yourself out. And you will be figuring yourself out throughout your life. You'll be on your deathbed and you'll still be figuring yourself out. That is what makes life absolutely beautiful. If you knew who you were, if you knew all of your strengths, if you knew what you were capable of, and there was nothing more to learn, then life would be absolutely meaningless. You will learn till the day you die. You will learn something about yourself on your 89th birthday. It's just the way life is. I love you all. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.